Let's start with diarrhea, dehydration, and the risk of death. As many pediatricians know, and maybe some of you journalists might be knowing, diarrhea kills around 4.5 to 5.5 lakhs children every year in the world, and close to 1 to 1.5 lakh children in India every year. This is the third leading cause of death among children, especially in the under 5 age group in India. So, what is oral rehydration salt? Oral rehydration salts are designed in such a way that when you disperse these salts in the appropriate amount of water, we get a liquid, a solution with an osmolarity of 245 milliosmoles per liter, and this is designed to rehydrate the child perfectly in such a way that we prevent hospitalizations, we prevent the child from succumbing to dehydration. Earlier, there was the standard formula with an osmolarity of 311 milliosmoles per liter, but studies have shown that reduced osmolarity actually decreased the need for IV fluids by almost 40% and decrease the stool output by 25 to 30% and even decrease the amount of vomiting. So except in cases of cholera where still standard formula is preferred, otherwise we prefer reduced osmolarity ORS. So children have more body water compared to the body weight when you compare them with adults. But in spite of that, they succumb faster to dehydration because one reason is they have more insensible water losses because their body surface area is more in relation to weight, and their kidneys are immature, and children, especially infants and toddlers, do not know to ask us when they are thirsty. So they are immature, okay, and the metabolism is high. So that's why they succumb to dehydration faster than adults do. Okay, so now what is the danger of giving inappropriately formulated liquids? Suppose there is high sugar level in the rehydrating liquid. So what does this sugar do? This pulls out water along with it and worsens the diarrhea. Okay, so this oral rehydration solution is formulated in such a way that there is 75 millimole per liter of glucose and 75 milli equivalent per liter of sodium, and they act on sodium glucose co-transporter and pull the water along with them into the body to rehydrate the child or to rehydrate the person. Okay, but in this case, when sugar is high, in fact, it acts the other way. So, sugary liquids where the osmolarity is very high, for example, ORSL, the osmolarity I've calculated it to be, one second, osmolarity is almost 500 plus milliosmoles per liter. So this sugar pulls water into the gut and worsens the diarrhea. So that's why it's dangerous to give these high sugar liquids, especially when a child is having diarrhea. So this is one thing all of you need to understand. Okay, now coming to electrolyte drinks. Are they indicated in children? First question. No, not recommended. Mainly children need to be hydrated with water, that's it, and good food. Okay, good food and water is enough for daily hydration, not only for children, even for adults. Okay, when it comes to severe exertion, an adult is exercising, say 60 minutes or 75 minutes, or spending a lot of time in the sun. Yes, they may need electrolyte drinks to rejuvenate themselves, to rehydrate themselves. Okay, and second thing, we do not allow children to do such strenuous activities, right? 75 minutes in the sun and all that. So daily giving these liquids, electrolyte liquids to children is not at all recommended. Now coming to hydration. Hydrating drinks having sucralose. Let's talk about sucralose because this has been a point of debate. Sucralose is a disaccharide. So by itself, it can pull water into the gut and worsen the diarrhea. For a long time, sucralose has been recognized as safe. Okay, generally recognized as safe. But the 2023 WHO report clearly, guidelines clearly tell us that, the conditional recommendation clearly tells us that prolonged use, they do not mention the quantity, prolonged use of sucralose in beverages or foods can itself predispose to poor gut microbiome, gut inflammation, worsening insulin resistance, and diabetes and related complications like heart attack. Okay, so this is not my statement. This is a systematic review and WHO conditional recommendation. Okay, it is not Dr. Sivaranjani's statement. Okay, so though Codex, EFSA, FSSAI, CDSCO have given regulatory recommendations and the safety levels accepted daily intake, but now for the past 2 years there's a lot of debate about prolonged use of sucralose. This has to be kept in mind. Okay, and even the latest CDSCO, earlier CDSCO was not asking people to display sucralose on the label earlier. But this, from March 1st, there is a clear order from CDSCO that if you are using sucralose in medicines, it has to be mentioned. Qualitative mention is compulsory on the label. So I'll come to that point again. Okay, March 1st. Okay, this is from March 1st, but this order is dated August 18, 2025. Okay, so this is the background. Okay, now coming to background of ORSL. It was launched by Jagdale in 2003. That time it was ORS hyphen and L. ORS hyphen and L. Then from that time they were marketing it as ORS, but it took years for it to come to our notice. Okay, in 2014, Johnson & Johnson acquired it and changed it to ORSL. They removed the hyphen. From then, they became very aggressive with marketing. Medical representatives started meeting doctors, and this started being everywhere in pharmacies and hospitals. Everywhere it was ORSL. And when we prescribe ORS, what was being given? ORSL. And what is ORSL? It has 110 grams of sugar per liter, whereas WHO recommended formula should have 13.5 grams of glucose per liter. So 13.5 gram per liter of glucose is WHO recommended formula, whereas ORSL had 110 grams per liter of sugar. Okay, and the osmolarity was very high. So the children were getting more sick and they were getting hospitalized. Okay, so then it took time for some pediatricians to realize this and they started objecting. After which they started writing this disclaimer. Only after some objections started, this disclaimer on the back of the pack, do not give during diarrhea. It in a microscopic print, just to legally protect themselves came. This is not for consumer protection. For the consumer, this was ORS. For the parent, this was ORS, and this was ORS, but do not give during diarrhea. Do not use during diarrhea was in a very, very, very microscopic print on the side here. Okay, so they continued selling their drink. So our objections were not, I mean, they ignored our objections, the seriousness of our objection. Okay, and they continued selling this because the whole idea was only to mislead parents into believing this was ORS. That was the whole business model. And they were everywhere, everywhere. Okay. So finally, some pediatricians gave up, whereas I persisted with my videos on social media, educating parents during first aid sessions also. But that wasn't enough. So I started writing to the authorities in 2021. Parallelly, a parent, Mrs. Rupa, professor in Delhi University, she filed a case about this because her child got sick. She was given ORS, well, ORSL when she went and asked for ORS. Okay, so it is not that the company wasn't aware that their misbranded liquid is causing harm to children. Pediatricians raised the objection, parent filed a case, but they were refusing to change the brand name. Slowly, some other brands came into existence, like Rebelance with ORS, ORS Fit, ORS Fit. All these brands came into existence. Okay, so but the brand which really misled parents was ORSL. So initially by Jagdale, then Johnson Johnson, and now with Kenvue. Okay, so then on 8th April, lot of to and fro communication happened between me, FSSAI, Health Ministry, and finally 8th April 2022, FSSAI issued an order saying ORS cannot be used on the labels of any food or beverage unless it conforms to WHO recommended formula ORS, in which case the permission has to be got from CDSCO, not FSSAI. But this, after this, it wasn't implemented. So I had written to the health authorities again, FSSAI as well as the central health minister, to implement the order. But the order was never implemented. And on 14 July 2022, they reverted the order, saying that companies with valid trademark can continue selling the drinks with a disclaimer, this is not an ORS. It is like saying I am an apple, I'm not an apple. It is like saying I'm a medicine, I'm not a medicine. Okay, so this is not an ORS. This is not an ORS. So they've written here. So it is not very prominent. Okay, so obviously, since I had no choice, I filed a public interest litigation. Parallelly, I was reaching out to Indian Academy of Pediatrics as well, Endocrine Society of India, Women Pediatricians Forum also. And Indian Academy of Pediatrics has been indifferent so far. But hoping to see them condemn this notice that Johnson & Johnson and Kenvue have sent to me soon, at least now. And so I continued with the public interest litigation. Later, Endocrine Society of India and Women Pediatricians Forum joined me. They pleaded in the petition. And parallelly, on the social media, I raised more and more awareness, and I gathered evidence. Evidence, you can see these many letters from parents and as well as doctors also, and some of them I have shared on social media as well. One example was one child from Chennai. He had diabetes and he developed diarrhea, and mother thought, okay, because he has diarrhea, he's not eating anything, so let me give oral rehydration solution. So she went and bought ORSL and kept giving multiple tetra packs and stopped insulin. That child landed up with diabetic ketoacidosis and coma. Luckily, the child survived. Another situation was in Bangalore. This child had accidental burns, and mother kept giving again ORSL, and the child got even and even more dehydrated, and it took a prolonged intensive care stay for the child to survive. So these are just two reports that I'm sharing. What is happening in the what was happening in the remote places, in 3-tier cities, 2-tier cities, towns, absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. Just luckily these children were in the cities where they could get tertiary care, they survived. So we wouldn't know. The other thing is these high sugar liquids, these packs were being bought in cartons because they were being promoted as health liquids. So many people with diabetes and all were, drinking them thinking they are good liquids. So their diabetic status was worsening. So many people came and, with folded hands, one mother said to me, I used to give cartons of these liquids to my diabetic parents. Thank you for saving them from this. That's how the situation was. Okay, so I gathered evidence, and then I gathered video evidence also. I'll share that video now for you to see. Whenever somebody goes to shop and ask for ORS, they would give these misbranded liquids. You can look at the video. Just hold on, we are uploading that video. You'll see the video, how people were deceived. So all this evidence I sent to yeah. So all these videos, the screenshots of these also I shared with the Central Health Minister ji as well as Modi ji. Okay. So you have seen the video. In case you missed it also, it's there in the chat box. It's there in the chat box. Okay. So this is how whenever people went and asked for ORS, these were the liquids that were mostly these. Some shops gave these. Okay, but mostly this and ORS fit also. I don't have that picture with me. Okay, so this was what was happening. So we gathered evidence, letters from doctors, from parents, and these videos and everything we sent to the health authorities and raised awareness on social media, where I actually called out FSSAI for not taking action in spite of following up for such a long time. Okay. Then you all know what happened. In October, the order came that ORS should not be used on the label or in the branding or in the marketing of any food and beverage, because ORS is a medicine. Only CDSCO can give permission, and it has to be WHO recommended formula. But in spite of that order, this brand especially continued selling them. I sent a notice to them and they replied saying it's not in their control if some small shops are still selling them. But ideally, they should recall the product. If you remember, on October 31st and November 12th, also, Delhi High Court refused to give a stay. Okay, then they came back. They came back with a new thing, ERZL branding. Immediately, within 1.5 months, none of the other brands did that. None of the other brands. They still have not rebranded. They are taking their time. But these people made some minor tweaking, changed O to E, which resembles O, and S to Z, which is phonetically similar to S and visually also, and the rest of the branding is the same. Rest of the branding, the front part of it is completely same, completely. And that too, they are using the same ERZL for two things. One is the restickered ORSL. So the remaining 180 crore stock, the remaining 180 crore stock of ORSL, the remaining 180 crore stock, they restickered as ERZL as per the law. Okay. I'm not saying they did it against the law. Okay. And the new liquid, 87% less sugar, which is containing sucralose, that also has the same branding. Again, ground level confusion. First thing. Okay. And those people who always believed this to be ORS are very highly likely to believe this to be ORS because they are not on social media. They are not aware of what's happening. Whatever the person, the pharmacy gives, they will take it. I'll show you an evidence for that. Look at this video. When people went and asked for ORS, what was given to them?
Can you please share the screen?
Yes, we saw, but we couldn't hear any audio.
Okay, so basically we shared the video in the chat. Okay, so the person asked for ORS and this person gave ERZL, and the customer asked, this is not ORS, no. So he said, no, this is ORS. Then the customer pointed to WHO recommended formula ORS and asked what that is. He said, that is WHO ORS. Then this person said, this has too much sugar, na, this ERZL. Then the pharmacist said, no, now it has 87% less sugar. It is very good. You take it. So, but the customer said, no, I want only WHO formula ORS. This is what happened. Okay, so now we'll proceed with, anyway, we shared the video in the chat. You can have a look at it. Okay, so now I filed a trademark objection because at ground level still, I'm not talking about educated people, those on social media, those who are aware about what's happening. I'm talking about those ignorant, innocent parents living in tier 2 towns, cities, whatever, villages. Those people are not only, it is not just my fear. You see their marketing video now, how they are marketing ERZL. They have actually said that they have separated their diarrheal dehydration portfolio and daily hydration portfolio into ORSL and ERZL. But when they are marketing ERZL as the new form of ORSL. You see how they are marketing it. And this is contrary to the contrary to FSSA order and a violation of the Delhi High Court order. You are not supposed to use this in marketing as well, but they are marketing, using ORSL in the marketing. So you could see the video. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You
can say it.
You could see the video, right? So this is total violation of the FSSA order of October 14th and 15th and total violation of the Delhi High Court order. Okay, they cannot use ORSL, these pictures, in the marketing. Okay, so this is big violation. Okay, now they have sent me a notice. Before that, I want to answer certain things like the social media trolling, threats, and all these things. So why ORSL and ERZL only and not the other things? This is the question many people are asking me. Okay, first thing, I've always raised objection about this also. But whenever I raised objection, there was no trolling, there were no threats from fake accounts asking me how much term insurance is there on me, that good people will be killed, and all these things never happened with this or with any other liquids. But whenever I post about this or this, I get trolled, I get threats. I have saved everything. Evidence is important, right? So all those are there with me from fake accounts. But it can't be so much of a coincidence. And another thing, this is the only drink where 75% of the label is ORS of the branding. None of the other ones. None of the other ones. And this is the first one which started it. Okay. And this is the first one to come back with rebranding with minor tweaking without even thinking that, okay, still people may get misled. Already so much harm was done. Let us rebrand it completely differently. No, they didn't. They had to come back within 1 month. And you saw the misleading marketing video. And not only that, they rebranded in such a way that the restickered one and the 87% less sugar one also look similar, again creating confusion.
I'm
And
so
you saw
sorry
how
to interrupt.
misleading. Yeah, not only that, you saw the misleading advertisement, okay, where they said ERZL is the new form of ORSL. Okay, and each and every letter I received or from the parent or the pediatrician or in my experience, the culprit was only ORSL, not the other ones. Okay, so obviously my focus would be more on this, nothing to do with what company it belongs to or anything, what harm it is doing to the kids. That so I have to bring it to the notice. And coming to sucralose, we'll come to that later. So Reddy Labs, when they objected to the FSSAI order, I did take the call them out on the social media. Okay, it's not like I didn't call them out, but again, I wasn't trolled or there were no threats for me. Okay, and one more thing, I raised an objection about Reddy Labs preparation where 1 ml is 10 mg cetirizine. I requested them to bring down the dropper size to 0.25 ml and they promised me they are going to do it. That is how a responsible pharmaceutical should respond when people like us are raising concerns. Now this company also should have rebranded it properly. Okay, they didn't do that. So whereas the other companies, they're waiting to rebrand properly. So this is a point you all should realize. So they still want to make people believe this is ORSL, which was always believed to be ORS. You can see the intention behind this. Okay, right? So it's not like I didn't call out the other companies. It's not like that. Okay, right? Now coming to ProLite ORS. So I was getting some messages. How much money has Cipla paid you? How much money has Reddy Labs paid you? These kind of messages in social media. Let me tell you, I don't know if you remember, I put a post. After the sucralose thing was raised by me, I put a post saying that I'm trying to reach out to Cipla, asking if they are using sucralose as artificial sweetener. And I did mention that they are stonewalling me. Now we have investigated. I've sent it to the lab and this has sucralose, 98 milligram per liter as per our report. Okay, but as per CDSCO, they are allowing sucralose in WHO recommended formula ORS. And from March 1st onwards, these companies are supposed to mention it on the label. So my question is, sucralose is a disaccharide which can increase diarrhea. So why use that as a sweetener or to improve palatability in WHO recommended formula ORS, which is actually given to treat dehydration due to diarrhea? This is a point CDSCO needs to ponder about. Okay, and this was sent to the lab and we have checked. So I mean, like, if I'm wrong, like Cipla can correct me, but yes, we have documented evidence that this has sucralose. So people asking me why I'm not talking about other brands, please, it's not like that. I care for children and I want children to be safe, and especially when they have diarrhea, I don't want them to get the wrong liquids which will worsen their diarrhea. Okay, only caring for children's health. And about long-term use of sucralose also, clearly all academies of pediatrics clearly tell that we should not use artificial sweeteners below 2 years of age, and non-sugar sweeteners. And even after that, we don't want to encourage that sweet taste or craving for sweet for children. And daily hydration with electrolyte drinks is not recommended by any society of pediatricians. But in spite of that, and in my social media posts, I've never said don't take this Tetra Pak once in a while. I have never said that. I said no prolonged use, don't take it every day, day in and day out, because WHO position statement says this. That's all I said. I never said don't take it once in a while. I never said that. Okay. And other thing is, it's not like I'm not talking about other brands or companies. See, for example, this Electro Choice. Now, when people are going to Apollo pharmacies and asking for ORS, some of them are getting these. I don't know whether it's from the management or the pharmacist himself is deciding to give this because profit margin is more. I don't know. But I'll share you a video. You see, this is being given, and some people are giving Zincovit active, some people are giving Himalaya rehydrate. These are not oral rehydration solutions or oral rehydration salts, but they are getting these things. I'm sharing the screen. So you could see the video, Veena.
Yes,
Veena, could you
Anjali.
see?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is a big mess actually. So when people are going and asking for ORS, their wish, some people will give ERZL, some people will give Electro Choice and whatnot. There is no end to this. Okay. And some people even trolled me saying there is some narrative being built to spoil Indo-US relationships, it seems. What nonsense is this? We are just asking to keep the children safe. That's all. That's all. Don't mislead by branding, through your labeling, or through your marketing. Please do not mislead. When your child is sick, you are emotionally very disturbed, and you have to be given the correct information and the correct medicine, and transparency is very, very, very crucial here. That's why even Prolite, based on the new CDSCO order, if sucralose is there, please mention it on the label. It's for us to choose whether we want to give it or not, but you should mention if sucralose is there. Same thing with other Tetra Paks. I haven't yet investigated them. Okay, so now what do I want from the Johnson? And did you all read the notice sent by the cease and desist notice against false, misleading, disparaging, and defamatory remarks, statements about ERZL and ORSL, JNTL Consumer Health Private Limited, Johnson Johnson Private Limited and its parents company Kenvue Inc. This is what I got the legal notice from this. Though today in Twitter, Johnson Johnson said that, they are not associated with Kenvue. But the notice came from both Johnson and Johnson and Kenvue for your information. And in the second paragraph on the 12th page, they accused me of disparaging their brands only for commercial interest and to gain views on social media. That is an outrageous accusation, I would say. Okay, so point to point, I will tell you their accusations and my rebuttal. Okay, first thing, they are saying that their hydration category is scientifically formulated. Okay, how can 5 teaspoons of sugar per Tetra Pak be a scientifically formulated hydration drink? I want their answer. Second thing, they said they have 2 distinct brands, ORSL and ERZL now. Then why are they advertising ERZL as the new ORSL? Okay. And why are they going to, they are advertising that it is 87% less sugar. That's because there was more sugar before. So if they believed that their earlier liquid was scientifically formulated, then why did they decrease it by 87%? Okay. So, and now they are saying that it is scientifically formulated 1.4 times more electrolytes, something and all. It doesn't make any sense. And why are they advertising it as daily hydration? For daily hydration, we don't need electrolyte drinks. Good food and water is enough. Only if you are exerting yourself with strenuous exercise or spending a lot of time in the heat, then you would need these drinks, electrolyte drinks. And advertising them as daily hydration drinks for children is what I'm worried about, because earlier ORSL was given to children every day, thinking it was a health drink, contributing to obesity and related issues. Now, if ERZL is being given to children every day for hydration, and parents think it's a daily hydration drink and a health drink, I'm worried because we don't know. WHO recommendation clearly says that sucralose has the potential to create such and such harm if used every day, prolonged use. So why should I let the children be put at risk? Isn't it my responsibility to warn the parents not to give these liquids day in and day out to their children? As a public health expert, as somebody who cares for public health and children's health. Okay. And they also accused me that they have to safeguard their brand integrity. I am not using their brands to promote myself or do anything with their brands. So everybody has a right to criticize a food or a beverage. You have, I have. So if I'm warning the parents that, telling them, don't confuse this for ORS. Only 3 things I told them. Don't confuse this for ORS. Do not give it every day to your children. Do not give it to children below 2 years of age. And sucralose, prolonged use, has these potential problems. So what is wrong with that? Okay. So this notice was nothing but an arm twisting tactic. Okay. So if they don't withdraw that notice, I won't hesitate to proceed with criminal proceedings against them. And all, you have seen how many resident organizations have come in support, and I'm expecting IAP to come in support of me by the end of the day or by tomorrow. And what do I want? Veena, can you hear me? Veena,
Yes,
am
Anil.
I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So what do I want? Unconditional public apology by Kenvue and Johnson & Johnson to all those parents who had to hospitalize their kids. And I don't know how many kids would have died because of dehydration due to worsening of diarrhea with these liquids. If it was in some other country, there would be multiple litigations against them. The thing is, we can't prove death directly due to this. The deaths will go as diarrheal deaths. They won't go as worsening of diarrhea due to ORSL. So that's why. So unconditional apology to the public for creating so much confusion all these years and still continuing to create confusion. Rebranding completely in such a way that this doesn't remain similar to their earlier ORSL. Rebranding completely and not marketing the rebranded liquids as daily hydration drinks for children. That is also very important, especially those with artificial sweeteners. For that matter, even ORS is not recommended to be taken every day. Okay, food and good water, that's all. Okay, so and for the government of India, there has to be a stricter regulation in a country like India where awareness is very poor. Please, sir, raise awareness in such a way that every nook and corner of India, every parent knows how to rehydrate his or her child. And please do not allow chocolates, biscuits, the sugary liquids, and for that matter, even electrolyte liquids in the pharmacies because of the risk of parents being sold these liquids in place of ORS. We cannot have a complete control at the ground level. The profit margins are more with electrolyte liquids. And if they are available, definitely the person in the pharmacy may give these electrolyte liquids than the ORS to the parents. So I think there has to be strict regulation that only WHO recommended formula ORS and water should be available as far as liquids are concerned. And also they should raise awareness that sachets are any day preferable to Tetra packs, and they should also raise awareness about how to prepare the liquid from the sachets. 20.5 gram sachet in 1 liter water or 4.4 gram sachet in 200 ml water. This kind of awareness and regulation has to come. And when it comes to sucralose, I request CDSCO to look into my objection that sucralose being a disaccharide, it itself can pull water into the gut. So is it logical to add it in WHO recommended formula ORS Tetra packs? Please kindly look into it. And coming to the regulatory loopholes. So companies are always ready to exploit the regulatory loopholes. I'll read out two of them. Just hold on. Yeah. So one is the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and FSSAI Act 2006. There is no statutory provision in the Drugs and Cosmetic Act or the FSSAI Act facilitating coordination between two regulatory bodies, CDSCO and FSSAI, in terms of monitoring products having misleading labels, such as usage of drug names on food products. I think some kind of coordination has to come. Trademark Act 1999, Section 9(2) of the Trademarks Act provides for circumstances of absolute refusal of trademark registration if the mark is of such nature as to deceive the public or cause confusion. However, this section does not make it absolutely clear that applications for trademarks resembling drug names should be prohibited. I think we need to correct this loophole also, so that companies do not exploit these loopholes and put the health and lives of public, especially children, in jeopardy. So with this, I conclude, and it is open for discussion. Whoever wants to can ask me questions. Unmute chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I appreciate you the efforts and the fighting, but I just want to know and what is your take on, is there a gap between medical guidelines and what marketed to the consumers?
There's a lot of gap. Medical guidelines clearly tell we have to use WHO recommended formula ORS to children or adults during diarrhea. But this misbranding is what caused the problem.
But how do we recognize the actual ORS?
Yes, it will be written WHO recommended formula on it. It will be written clearly that it is WHO recommended formula, and it won't have an FSSAI mark on it. It will only have the CDSCO registration number on it.
Okay. So what are the major risks when parents substitute ORS with other commercial products you have just
So
showed?
first, inappropriate rehydration. So the rehydration may not be correct. Second thing, these sugary liquids may themselves worsen the diarrhea and in fact make it worse for the child.
Okay. As you targeted like type 2 people, so how would you explain to them if your target audience are them? Usually every person, like the sports person also drinks the ORS, if you know. So what is the easy identification we can find it on label or somewhere?
The WHO recommended formula. That's
Okay.
it.
It's in Tetra Pak as well?
Yeah, it's in Tetra Pak as well. Even the Kenvue company also has WHO recommended formula.
Okay.
But this profit margin is less than this.
Okay.
So in one of the videos I showed you, remember that person was asking for WHO ORS, but the pharmacist was giving this, saying this is good ORS.
Madam,
Anyone else?
madam, is the brand you showed on your left hand, is that right?
Which one?
Which is the correct
just
one,
held
he's
to,
asking.
you just went to
From
option, right?
their brand, this is WHO recommended formula ORS. This is allowed, but still we prefer sachets to Tetra
Okay.
Packs. Okay.
But the one you are holding on your left hand is not harmful actually.
Yeah, this is WHO. This is allowed. This is allowed.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, have you replied to the legal notice that they have sent? When did you do that?
My rebuttal I've given on social media. As of now, officially, we have not replied to the notice.
Okay. And ma'am, you mentioned about a trademark challenge. Could you
Yes.
speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'll speak about it. I'll just read it out to you. Okay. So I've put a trademark objection and I'll read out all the points by point. Okay. What my objections are. Visually looking same. Visually looking same except minor tweaking. Okay. That can confuse those who always believed ORSL to be ORS. And if they are given this as ORSL, they will take it. Okay. So you see the trade dressing. Trade dressing. It's same. Only change is the little bit change in the name. The trade dressing remains the same. Okay. So both marks are 4-letter words presented in an almost identical stylized font, red color scheme, and overall layout. ORSL and ERZL share a similar sound structure and cadence. Both marks follow the same short 4-letter construction ending with similar consonant sounds, resulting in strong recall overlap. The packaging of ERZL is a clear imitation of ORSL, including color combination, placement of the mark, fruit imagery, and overall get-up, reinforcing consumer deception.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just ask, ma'am, when did you file the trademark challenge?
This was filed basically around the end of February.
Okay.
Exact date I don't remember, but a notice was sent to Kenview on 2nd March. So they have to reply from the Trademarks Authority, and they have to reply in the next 2 months.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sucralose is approved for use by all regulations and used in many food beverages, including drug products like ORS. So why do you only discuss about this ERZL?
So sucralose, again, I didn't discuss only about ERZL. I discussed about Prolite having sucralose and not mentioning it on the pack, and that CDSCO's latest guidelines say that from March 1st onwards, anybody using sucralose or any other excipient, not just sucralose, excipients, qualitative mention has to be there on the label. So I didn't talk only about ERZL. That is the first clarification. Second thing is regulation is different from scientific recommendation. Okay, so the regulation all these years, whether it is from various codex or European Society food standards or our FSSAI, all this is based on, basically they tell us the accepted daily intake. Okay, so what do you mean by generally recognized as safe? When a product is generally recognized as safe, means for that intended purpose, it is okay. It doesn't majorly cause any harm. That way, sugar is also generally recognized as safe. We can't keep on giving sugar and eat sugar day in and day out, right? Salt is also generally recognized as safe. So, but when it comes to sucralose, yes, it is generally recognized as safe, but not allowed below 2 years of age, because there are not enough studies. Beyond that also, the latest is that prolonged use can worsen gut inflammation, disturb the gut microbiome, and also worsen insulin resistance, predisposing the person to diabetes and related complications like heart attack. This is the WHO 2023 positional statement, a conditional recommendation. So that's why I told parents, don't give it every day, day in and day out, thinking it's a daily hydration drink. First thing, you don't need a daily hydration drink for your children. You need only good food and water. Okay. And occasionally maybe okay beyond 2 years of age, but don't give it day in and day out. So as simple as that.
Okay, thank you.
I saw a recent video of yours, ma'am. Like you just mentioned that your own fraternity is against to you. Could you specify it, like how and when your intention is good, why they
So
are targeting you?
right now, the fraternity is behind me. The resident organizations, so many of them express their solidarity. FIMA, Indian Medical Association, IMA, Hyderabad Airport branch, and another branch of IMA in Telangana. And just today morning, Moradabad se IAP, they have condemned the notice sent to me. So right now they are supporting me. But earlier when I reached out to IAP, they were indifferent. See, Kenview sponsors lot of funds for the conferences. So maybe that was the reason. Whatever the reason was, they were indifferent. But now I am assured that they realize that they have to condemn this notice and that they have to come in support of me for the sake of child health in India. If they don't support me now, and if I am suppressed now, there won't be any voice who will dare to come forward and speak for children's health in India. I request the government of India to ensure that these liquids are not positioned in the pharmacies next to ORS. That is the only way to stop this.
Okay. And also you mentioned that you got
Yeah. Another thing is some few pediatricians, if the KenView has reached out to them with a fixed format saying that, sucralose is okay to be given to children and dehydration is not just due to diarrhea, it can be due to excessive exertion and all that. It's that ERZL is a good drink and all that. Not directly saying it, meaning that way. So they have signed and sent the letters. So those few pediatricians, yes, it's like backstabbing children only. Not me, backstabbing children only. Those
Got
who they have to care for the children, but they are backstabbing.
Okay. But you also mentioned that you got messages or comments like Cipla or Reddy's Lab you mentioned. So do you also getting any threats by now?
As I already said, these were the messages, not direct threats, but social media, DMs, or even in the
Mails or something.
reply section. How much Cipla has paid you, how much Reddy Labs has paid you, and good people will be killed in this country. How much term insurance is there on you? Kind of things. So it definitely disturbs our family many times. Many times we are worried, like, sometimes these discussions go on, like if suddenly some truck rams into our car, kind of discussions happen in our house. But when you're standing for the truth, when you're fighting for somebody who cannot fight for themselves, I think you have to have the courage to go on.
Hi,
Hey,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I have a
Hi.
question.
And one more thing, why would I persist for so long to get views in 2026? Huh? What kind of vague accusation is that? And what kind of commercial interest can I have in this? My page is so clean, people don't even know where I work from. I don't endorse any brands like how some social media doctors are doing. And if you see any of my videos, everywhere it's only like clearly I tell this, and this. It's not like I tell you, you take this brand or this brand. This is ridiculous accusation. This is clearly intimidating me to silence.
Got you, Andy. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have
Hello,
a
ma'am.
question. Hello.
Hello?
Ma-
Yeah, please ask me.
yes, ma'am. I have a question. Ma'am, can you told us that they tried to approach you to have a discussion, but you refused them? Is that true?
Yes, 2 times through doctors, senior doctors. Through seniors doctors, they sent a message saying that they want to talk to me. Why talk to me? My demand is very clear. Don't do misleading branding. Don't do misleading advertisement. Very clear. So why do they need to talk to me? My lawyers
But
advised against that, and I've never encouraged that, because what is the use of deliberation here? I'm not somebody who can be, not everybody can be bought, or not everybody can be made to shut up just because they are threatening with
ma'am, why
court case.
have you refused for a discussion?
Discussion. Why should I discuss with them? What should I discuss with them? Like, what should I discuss with them? Please tell me.
Ma'am, you should tell them like what is wrong and
That I've already told multiple times. They are aware very clearly. Only no misleading branding, please. No misleading marketing, please. Over. Simple. What
okay,
deliberation should we
okay,
do with them?
okay. Thank you, thank you.
Hi, ma'am. I have one question. Hello.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. Hello. Like there are like other companies like which makes ORS and electronic drinks like Cipla, FFDC, and like Dr. Reddy's. So can you
Just
help me
hold
with
on.
like
Yes, sir, Anpeti. Yeah, tell me.
yeah like yeah, as I mentioned, as there are other companies which make the similar like kind of drinks like Cipla, FFDC, and Dr. Reddy's. Like can you give me context like why this current focus or concern like mostly or only on ORSL or ESZL?
I
Are there
have
any
already
particular?
actually, I don't know if you joined late in the discussion. I have already answered that. These were the first people to start deceptive branding. This is the only company where 75% is ORSL in the branding. These are the only people whenever I bring the topic or talk about them, that is when I get trolls or threats. Other companies never did that. These are the only ones who came back with rebranding so fast with minor tweaking. These are the only ones who are still continuing to disobey the Delhi High Court order and FSSAI order, where they said that ORSL cannot be used in marketing their products. Now they're still marketing ERZL as new form of ORSL. And each and every letter that I received from the parent and my clinical experience and letters from pediatricians, everywhere the culprit was this, not the other ones.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. But did you ever try to reach before this issue came up? If you ever tried to reach the official, like try to inform them earlier, like these
Inform
are the
what?
things, like this is the things are happening. Like, did you try to do approach any one of the any people or like Johnson Johnson?
No.
Oh,
That's my job was to approach the regulatory authorities to correct the misbranding, and that order came. That's
okay.
enough for me. I don't have to reach out to the companies for that. In fact, if you reach out to the companies, there may be people who will misinterpret it that this company has bought out Sivaranjini. I don't want to be in that position.
Understood.
Yeah. Any more questions? Hello, any more questions?
Madam, can you, as you shared this, can you share the notice and other things, because we could not note down what all you spoke in the meeting actually. Can you just share?
After the meeting closes, we'll upload the entire thing in Google Drive and
Okay.
share to you.
Yeah, okay. Even on WhatsApp, if you can share the legal notice that you received.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
you all
those
must
things,
be in
whatever
the
you
you
can.
all must be in the groups, right? I'll share in the groups.
I'm not in a group actually. I think you shared it with me yesterday, the announcement and this thing.
I'll share to you. I'll share.
Yeah, yes, madam.
So can we close the meeting? Any more questions? Okay, then we'll close the meeting, and thank you everybody, all the pediatricians and all the journalists who have attended this meeting. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, one more
Thank
thing.
you for being a well-meaning doctor, madam.
So,
Thank you.
your X account or any.
Yeah, somebody said, ma'am. So you want to ask something, Mr. Prithvi Charan?
Yeah, that the whole thing that what we cases that files and everything which we have, can you please put that in your X account, like in a Google Drive?
Which files do you want?
The whole file just now you have showed to us, right?
The documents, all these it's already there on social media. The notice I've already shared, my rebuttal I've already shared, and now whatever we have spoken, I will share with you.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You could not note down some of the things, madam. That's the issue. Some, for example, the trademark objections and
So
things
those
like
will
that.
have that will have my personal that will have my personal details, right? So,
You can just hide them like marking their wherever the personal details you have.
I will try to do that, the trademark objection, but wait, let me tell you. You can trademark objection, 1 second, no? One second. One second, please hold on. Yeah, you can, application number, trademark application number. Can you note down 7355707? 7355707. So you'll get all the details, not only mine, whoever else has objected, it will come there, it will reflect there. 7355707, trademark application number.
Okay, done.
Okay? Yeah. Okay, then. Can we close the meeting then? Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. One second, ma'am. Please don't put notices on Google Drive. If the download exceeds a certain number of downloads, share it on Twitter or social media. Okay, sure.
That's why I'm asked to please
It
share
would
it
be
on.
great if you can send through WhatsApp. I can text you.
Yeah, so you want the trademark objection, right? That I will send. In anything else you want, tell me?
Legal notice as well, ma'am.
The legal notice I've already sent, but okay, I'll send again. Anything else? That's all, right? The trademark objection and legal notice you all want, right?
Yes.
Okay, done. Okay.